Hello. It is Talos o'clock. It is also that fucking cold o'clock. No, I cannot hear a coughing Victor, but he is behind me and he is coughing. And I am here trying not to cough in your ear. So we're gonna do. Haha, it rhymed. I'm so clever. So we're gonna do our best today to not die. Um, let's get it and see what comes of it. Uh, First, I'd like to do a shout out to Laudrelai Laspicio, Lespicio, the spicy, and Arcane. Thank you for following while I was gone, or while I guilted you in Oddish's chat. Whatever, it's the same diff. Talos Tuesday is a tradition in this house of Hildy. Um, Even when I move into my challenge that will start, ooh, spoilers, we'll still be doing some Excellente Talose. We might be modding by then though, who knows. Anyway, let's get it. We are working on Isle of the Blessed. Last time in Isle of the Blessed, Yakut was a man who did man things. Morning, day! And he needed to impress his girlfriend because he was a man. And his girlfriend even said, "You don't have to do that." And he said, "I'ma do that." And that's where we are. He's now making puzzles. But after he was done... Oh, a hot out-of-towner date. Way to go, Day. Hot date for a hottie. Even after Miranda said, "Excuse me, you don't have to do this," he said, "Well, now I'm good at it. I don't want to do it." And I accept that, but also, Yakut. Your girl said, "I know I'm smarter than you. You don't have to impress me. That I'm not dating you for your smarts." You didn't listen to her. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm wondering. I think I'm gonna put you on the little rocks. I think there's a little station with rocks, and I think I'm gonna let the game tell me what to do. That's close. We'll see if that works. You can stay up here. There you go, my friend. So last time we were doing this, I was playing this puzzle, and I was mad about it. Oh, that's right. Okay. And, left being mad about it. Today, it's like my whole mouth has become mucus, and I am mucus, and we are one. We'll see how long I last. That's not close enough to the ledge. My robot arms cannot extend that far. It's fine. So I woke up and Victor's in his office across the way just coughing his lungs out, and I'm like, "Call in sick, you goddamn sickie," and I walk out and immediately start coughing too. So I think it was some sort of universe being like, I think I called him a sick butt. I think the universe was like, "Listen, you're gonna be a dickhead, you're gonna be sick." Which is like, I totally get. I understand, universe. Arrive with me, yonder boxin'. What shall we do with our existence? You'll wait here. We got this guy. 'Cause there's a blue thing in there. I think this was the solution I tried last time, and it was like, ha! but you know, whatever. Um, there's another connector though, somewhere. I know this. I remember this. Maybe there's only two. Maybe I know nothing. Maybe that's the answer. Do I need to bring you in there? Yeah, I do. No. Kinda, well, that's fine. Well, I don't want to leave you in there, my friend. It feels like an inefficient way to handle things. Maybe I'll put you in there for now. It's one of those shorty whatever hexahedrons. Because of the cutout corners. I forget which QR code was like, by the way, I'm smarter than anybody else alive. Did you know that this is technically not a box? He's not tall enough to get the stuff cleared over the stuff. So you have to be creative. As usual. Alright, here's what we actually want to do. You have to balance on this guy. Oh, maybe I have to bring the box on top of this guy to make him even taller! That's probably true, actually. How tall can he be? A Talos story. Can I get him on top of there? Will you let me? Maybe. No. No. Hildy, you goof. Okay. Well, now balls. Actually, I can get him up on top of there. What am I talking about? I have tools at my disposal. I got tools. They multiplying. And I don't have to switch them out. Can I? Yeah, thank you. Alright. Aww. But now... Lame. Now, I guess I can't do that. Well... It just seems not realistic that I can't do that. You flying? You driving? What you doing? How you getting there? Where you going? Thank you. I will prove to this robot lady that I am her one true love by showing her that I am dumb and stubborn. No, fine. Fine! I didn't need you anyway. How do I... Oh, Yeah, I think that's how I have to do it, actually. I think I have to do it like this. Aw. What? You know, back in the old days, I used to be able to do that and not get kicked off things. Stupid advanced collision. Okay, this is just not the solution, Hildy. Let it the fuck go. Got it. There you go up there. Ah. So much effort. Up. Ooh, San Jose! That's kind of a drive. There and back again, the day story. It is. It is, basically. Random made some kind of thing where they've just figured out robot sex data stream combination, I think. Something like that. Okay. We shall. Tent! Fuck. I forgot about that door. That door. That door! Fine. Will you let me put you up there and not have to go all the way around? Of course not. So, problematically, I just realized there's no way I can keep my pathway back into the other room open. Oh wait, like that. Okay. So we can do this. But then, how would I get on that? Right. So you have to be on top of the thing. Fine. Come back here, you dumb box. There. I'm gonna have to do one of those dumb things, aren't I? Barrist, you're fired. Okay. Right, so that's not gonna do it without L-boxing. And this will convert it to blue and it won't work. Okay. I hate it. I hate it all. Well, I mean, metaphorically. Not really. I still expect you to report to Animal Well and other games of co-op nature. So I guess you're like not actually fired. You just get to not ever have a day off. Wait a second. Did I get away with that? I don't think so, but we'll see. Yes. Can you somehow reach this guy? No. So you pretty much can only reach this guy through very careful planning. Come back here. I think Victor just called it obnoxious. He meant the game, not your pun. These are not the kinds of puzzles that Victor enjoys. Oh, you stupid butt headlight. Okay. What is the very weirdest angle you can see it from? That is the answer. It'll always be the answer. Like, right here, basically? Or right here? That reasonable? Not in the slightest. Okay. Converter face, can you see anything at a reasonable angle? No. No, that thing has to be on top of the other thing. What a fucking... Okay. So you have to be on the other thing, which means we have to keep this thing open long enough for you to be on the other thing and be adjoinable. Without getting trapped. Really? I'm too short to do that? That's lame. Okay. You go here? Can you see over the fence? Don't laugh at me! He's just a shorty. It's difficult. Lies. Well, maybe. Actually, maybe. Maybe if you're like ass up against it. Oh, they might let me have that. We'll see. Apparently it's not into butt stuff. Why are you like this, Talos? I stream you every Tuesday. I sing your praises. I get other streamers to stream you. You're just ungrateful. Okay, come here. The 3 suspects. So you have to be on the thinger. Be tall enough to do the thingy. You have to be on the switchy. You or the other guy in order to do that thingy. You, as long as you can reach that, you can be all sorts of angles. Right. And now we're back to that. I wonder if you can reach this guy, though. I don't think so. I don't think from inside you can reach that guy, which is just a problem. Ooh. Fence. So, where can you find my friend? Not here. Here? No, not tall enough without a box. Okay. No. There's no way. There's no way you're seeing that guy. That's not real. Okay. So from here, you could reach someone standing there. From here, you can also reach someone standing there. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Like that. Could you? In any angle? No. Okay. Yes, my streams are filterless. I can't help it. I have a really big mouth and a really big nose that makes for really big sneezes. That's how it works. Okay. Ooh, could you be on top of the stairs? Will you see the light from, like, there? Of course not. Why would you? That would make it far too easy. From whence can you see the light? Here? Could we do this? Would you care to be cooperative this way? Maybe? Of course not. Right. Okay. No. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Do I have anything else on this fucking island to do? I have many things on this island to do. You're gonna think about yourself. The Theodorian Knot. Exactly not the kind of puzzle title you want after you leave another one. That's fine. Everything's fine. I guess we'll just keep trekking. Hello, my guy. And what is happening back here? Is that death? No, that's just red light. Okay. Okay. What does this do? What are you? Okay, you open that. Got it. Then we've got blue light in here and a green thing over here. And I bet I have to stand on both of those for that to work. Okay. So. Nope. Nope. Like that. But probably not functional, so. Let's actually look at this place real quick. Alright. Oh, boxing! And a fan! How do I get over there? I want to get over there. How do I get over there? This way? That was very optimistic. Well, I gotta borrow something. Let's find something to borrow. Oh, I can get over there easily from in there. JK. Yeah. Let me in! I want this too. Ball. Okay. Oh. Oh. What are you doing there, guy? Just living his best life, I guess. Pardon me. I see. So, something like this. I'm aware. No? Okay. And you can't reach blue in here. Not a chance in hell. But you can reach it from back here. Which means... yeah, I think I can... Well, no, then I'll trap myself in there. So... Yeah, alright. Got it. Alright. So, let's see. And we cannot trade you that way. Alright. Next. What is that? Is that what turns the fan on? Okay. Right, and if I take that, it says, fuck you too. You live here forever. Oh, actually, I may have overthought that. I did! Over. Now you can see the light. Get out of here. Not even that good. Shame. Gotta chalk that up to you being ill. Ha! Okay. interface content available. As teleportation becomes more widespread, I'd like all of you to take a little step back, think about the coming changes, and perhaps make a few resolutions about how you're going to interact with the world around us. What's old Niam going on about this time? Well, I'm talking about the spaces between things, between our starting point and our goal. I'm talking about the journey. Those of you who attended my talk on the poet Konstantinos Kavafis will remember what Ithaca stands for. You never know what the journey may bring, what insights you will have simply walking somewhere. Cutting out that distance is certainly convenient, but sometimes there's more to wisdom than convenience. Rodamne. But whatever, it's Celtic. We should listen to Niam and pledge to always, I think it's actually Neath, and pledge to always at least walk somewhere once so we've really seen the space. Hermanibus. How about simply walking for pleasure? Going somewhere without a goal is a lovely experience. Shut up, pufferfish. Melville, now that's ironic coming from you. Hermanibus. Oh my, I suppose you do have a point there. You're much more perceptive than I ever was, dear Melville. I don't care, pufferfish. Damjan doesn't need an extensive introduction for me. Although he rarely talks about it, his music has inspired everyone in New Jerusalem for years. Damjan is the name of the composer for the game. He had a insert. This is a rare opportunity for all of us to gain deeper insights into his artistic process. One question per person, please. Budahas. What's your favorite instrument? Damjan. Every instrument can be magical when used correctly, but it's the guitar, of course. Arinia. Who's your favorite composer? I'm interested in learning more about music composition. Damjan. If I exclude my namesake, then it's Hans Zimmer. His best pieces are so good, they feel like something out of myth. That said, you should always listen to lots of different stuff. Never get stuck on only one type of music. There's so much incredible music out there. Purple. Hey, dude. Huge fan. What's your favorite track of your own work? Mine is The Fall of Gehenna. It just gives me the chills. Damjan. I'm not sure I can choose. They all mean something unique to me. That said, on my latest album, I was very proud of Southern Horizons, inspired by everything I felt as I watched the expedition search for Athena. I think I captured something there. Libistros. You mentioned your namesake. Who are you named after? Damjan. I picked my name in honor of the great composer Damjan Janvanak, whose music Alexandra Drennan listened to as she worked on the simulation. He was a composer for video games, and I think his work never got the level of attention it deserved, because most people... Pardon me? Most people back then treated games as products, not works of art. From reading his writings, I suspect he was also far too humble for his own good, so I take every chance I could get to tell people about his music. Skylar, is your music directly inspired by his? Damjan. Yes, definitely. If you listen to what he did and then to what I've done, you'll see what I've really tried to you'll see that I've really tried to continue his legacy. I think every artist does that, to some degree. We all see something that matters to us in the past, and we carry it forward into the future. We keep the flame alive. Your answers are truly inspiring, sir. Speaking of the future, where is your imagination taking you next? I'm working on several new albums, but what's really gotten stuck in my head lately is the anomaly that Athena apparently discovered in deep space. An object older than the universe that does not obey the theory of everything? Is it a threat? A message? A trace of the prime mover? I feel new melodies stirring. Is that where Talos 3 is gonna be? Miranda, you did it! You're a robot in water! Well dipped, robot. Okay. 6. Straight ahead. Crabs. The binary paradox. Is that a real thing? Is there an actual binary paradox? I don't know. Let's find out. The binary paradox can refer to several concepts, but it generally involves the tension or contradiction arising from a system of thought that relies on strict opposing categories, binary oppositions. This can manifest in philosophical, logical, linguistic, or even social contexts. This video game explains the concept of binary numbers. Oh, this video! Which are fundamental to understanding the binary paradox. Okay, so the true or false problem. That's I guess I could have just asked it. Okay. What am I doing? What was I doing? I was playing a game. That will always be my favorite loading message in Cultist Simulator. What were we doing? We have loaded the game. Can I have that? Is this mine for the takings? No. That is not a free fan. No free fan. No such thing as a free fan. Where? Here? Oh, there. Okay. Okay. You got a rotating McGee. Indeed, indeed, got it. Fan face. You sure I can't have it? I can have it. Another rotating McGee with a box in there. There's a box in there. And that's the way into the box. And here is the thing. But I haven't seen a connector. Up here? Uh-huh. What? Yonder connector? Do you require a blue light? Well, that means I need a different connector. Or like a jam llama or something. This one goes, yeah, I need to be able to, I need a connector for the connector. Alright. Right. Aha! Right in front of me. Fine. Everything's fine. Red light, red light. Oh Lord. Are you gonna play nice? We're not gonna play nice. Not an option, niceness. Yeah, not even close. Okay. Well, there's that. Will that wall go all the way through? Only moving the swirly-dirly guy can tell. Pardon me, swirly-dirly. Indeed. I don't know who it is. I don't want to talk to you. Butthead. Really? Man. Connector. I free you from your dungeon of despair. I have no idea. Oh, the blue light. That's right. It's over there. You don't need to be here anymore. Well, yeah, you don't need to be there anymore. Maybe you need to be there. Who knows? Right now. Right now we're just taking it step by step. So here's box. What is the very furthest away from this you can get? Let's see. Here? anything else of note in here? No. Usually there isn't a fan someplace unless you're expected to use it, but my sincerest hope is that I'm not expected to use it. It's not real. I'm supposed to use it, but one can pray. Oh! Hello, Catricorns! So many cats. I do love cats. We are playing Talos. It's Talos Tuesday. If you are spoiler sensitive, we are in Talos 2 in the DLC, so you're not going to get any spoilers really for the main story, except one. And even then, that's not really the spoiler. You know both characters exist, and you very quickly know they like each other, but the spoiler about them is not available here. If you don't want to see any DLC whatsoever, my apologies. This is not currently the stream for you. But it can be the stream for you in the future, I promise. Tiny spiel. I am what Princess calls a cerebral streamer. I try to find games that make me think, and I try to have really important conversations about them. I am what's more traditionally called a variety streamer, where I don't really care what the game is. If I enjoy it and it's got some sort of discussion, either about the industry, or about politics or life, or how not to be a terrible person, I'll probably play it. I'm 40, so I am not a youth. and, and today I kind of have a cold. Games I'm currently playing are The Witness, Talos, Cultist Simulator, Date Everything, Celeste, and Sayonara Wildcards. I have a lot in progress, though typically I only have like 3. Right now there's a lot. And nice to meet you. Lord, what am I gonna do with this? Also, hi, Shelly. Thank you. To the people who are watching me. Shelly is also a variety streamer, but Shelly plays a little more cozy games than I do. Which is awesome, because I really like watching cozy games. I don't always like playing them. Shelly and I were trying to find horror games, cozy games, and underwater games. So, even though she plays a little more cozy games than I do, that does not mean they are a cozy streamer. But those tend to be the themes that Shelly has. Okay. Like I said, I kind of have a cold, so when you see me looking this way, I have 2 monitors. That means I'm looking either at chat or Discord or something on my second monitor. Right now it's Discord. I have a job interview right after stream today. So I'm also checking my email. Make sure it goes appropriately. It's a freelance job. It's nothing amazing. But I do get to charge them $45 an hour if I end up having to make original code. So, there's that. But they want like a whole thing done by the 8th? It's a very unrealistic timeline with very unrealistic results. It's not gonna happen, and they're gonna have to just enjoy that. Because they want like video editing and, you know, audio editing and all sorts of things. I used to do online books. So, open educational resources, so free textbooks for OSU. And this is for the Common App. It's a one application you could do for all sorts of college applications and etc. Scholarships. It's actually really useful. But it's complicated because nothing in America can be easy for poor people. And so they have an online ebook that you can use. And right now it's not accessible and not lovely. I've been asked to solve that problem. And that's my story about that. Ferris knows the book I'm talking about now. Yeah, it's the AXS people. I'm gonna freelance for them because they're no longer working with OSU. When I left my job, because I was a student worker, it's the book with the pencil. Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you right after stream. Basically, my job is to fix the thing. Fix it all, they say. No. Maybe? Maybe not yet. Gotta turn on that fan. That's the answer. That much I know is for certain. Wait. Do y'all remember if I even found where the ending is? Where? Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. Yes, the fan is not optional. You? That will work better. Right. I don't think there's a way to get around having this cross the universe. So I think it's gonna be a matter of getting the red to come over at the right angle. Which means probably having it come down from somewhere. Up here? this will you not hit the thing? That would be really cool if you don't hit the thing. Ah! Okay, but maybe I can fix that. Maybe I can do it. No! Stop that. Okay. Okay.
I hope you all know that I didn't bear you any personal animosity. You're my friends, and I never wanted to shut you out. I just didn't know how to deal with the world going in a direction that wasn't what I had imagined.
It's an easy mistake to make. I should know.
I never thought you were angry, Al. I was just disappointed I couldn't convince you.
Listen,
Smells
you
like
both,
bacon?
in your own way, showed me how to be a good person who cares about the world. You both had things you strongly believed in. You had principles, but you didn't judge each other for your disagreements. You showed me how to be strong.
I'm over with
how to be bold, how to be
too
compassionate,
sick for sentimentality. Let's go.
and how to be careful. I haven't really figured out who I want to be yet, but when I do, I know both of you will have been a big part of that.
Oh my god, so cheesy.
And no love for Auntie Melville?
No, Melville, you're supposed to make fun of them.
Yeah, and what about me, 1K? I showed you how to be neurotic.
I'm sure you're in there somewhere as well.
Thank you, 1K.
Stop. Stop. Okay, do the thing. Trigger the thing. No? No? You're just not gonna do it? Wow, okay. Okay. No Stratton of Stagira bullshit for us. Oh, it's a me. Okay, I got holes, they multiplying. I got light. That I have to control. Alright. Let's see what we got. We got a platform. But where do you want this connected, my friend? I don't know if I actually see anything to connect it to. Is there something in here? No. Is there... But wait, where are the gears? What am I supposed to do with the light? Okay. So is it that I need to interrupt the beam? Is that what we're doing? That would be my guess. Right, right. I know they can. Most commonly other robots. Okay. That's right. Another robot has to put it on my head. Can I see me? Yes, barely. No? No. Got it. What the fuck is the jam here for? What am I missing? Do I have to jump on top of something? Is there like a whole universe on the other side of a wall? Is this like a jailbreak level? Are these tools I have to steal for something else? There's like zero reason to need these things. I don't know. Is nothing I can connect to? Okay. I mean, this doesn't really help much. Well, maybe. Here. Other me, you can have it back for a sec. So... here? Yeah, I'd have to bring a box over, I think, to like right here. That's not gonna work. Okay. Do we only have one connector? Oh no, there was one right there. Cause like, I don't know, maybe I just get on this fan and try and connect it to each other while holding it? Interesting. Okay. Or do I get up on here and my buddy... That might work. Alright, that might work. Okay. I put it on any of these surfaces? No. What a weird fucking puzzle. A very weird fucking puzzle. There's gotta be something somewhere that I am a switch, maybe? Maybe I should look for a switch. No switch. Okay. We're gonna let that go in the percolator. I do think it has something to do with putting the thing on top of Mr. Robot's head. I just have to figure out how. The amount of brain power I have is significantly reduced. What's in there? A blue light. Okay. Will you play nice? A little bit. Aha, I see. Got it. Well. What is this thing? Oh shit! Okay. How many walls do we got? Okay, we got 4. As you can see, my general strategy to Talos is, what does this button do? It's not the best or the worst, it's just the middle. Okay. What's through here? A Jamalama. Naturally. There's a worry guy, a worry gig. Seriously, someone's like making a breakfast sandwich that smells like the gross kind of meaty, but also the good kind of meaty, and it's very confusing. For those that don't know, I do not partake of the animals quite adamantly, in fact. Okay. So, we have you. But I kinda... Yeah, I actually think that's what I want to do with you. I think I want to do this. And I think I want you. Dang it. I guess I want you to do that first. That's not actually what I wanted at all. Ah! Okay. Let's do this. Will you do what I want you to do, which is open that? That would be really cool. No? Yes. No! It's not really cool. What happened, Pesky? I am sick as balls, by the way. I wouldn't say as balls, but sick. Sick is a good qualifier. That's a very long way to get that to go. I actually think I made a mistake. Yes, they can, but that would imply I actually had balls to get sick. Boobs can get sick. My boobs are not sick. Oh. Oh. I don't know, y'all. Oh, you have something to say to me? Oh, it's Miranda.
Yaquting, can we talk for a moment, please?
Of course. Are you okay?
I was just looking at the waves, relaxing. and suddenly I started thinking, am I a terrible person, Yakut? I caused so much pain. I drove mother and father apart. I almost derailed the entire future just because I was arrogant and entitled and self-important, and now I just get to have a cool boyfriend and colonize planets and sit on beaches and...
That is pretty fucked up, Miranda.
How is this fair? How is any of this fair?
Ah! Wait,
you think I'm cool?
You're a dork. Just the biggest dork on the planet. I come to you with a serious question, and that's your takeaway. Unless... Are you trying to distract me?
Yes. Distract you? No, you're clearly the root of all evil.
Distract you? No, you're clearly the root of all evil.
Okay, I take your point. I'm being silly, aren't I? Well, get used to it. Talk about something else?
Pesky, tell me about your day. Miranda's gonna talk to me a lot, so there's plenty of time to type in a chat.
When you think about the future, what are the dangers that we face?
To be honest, I think it's scale. The Earth is a tiny place by comparison to the infinite vastness of the cosmos. The theory of everything gives us incredible amounts of power, but there are stars out there the size of our solar system. There are black holes of 1 trillion solar masses, not to mention the anomaly.
How are your parents?
Healing, I think. Still a long way to go, but they'll get there.
How do you like the exhibition?
I listened to some of Barzai's recordings. I'm fascinated by his view of the world, especially this notion of a creator who is reflected in his creation. I'd love to hear him debate Lithrasir, if we ever find him.
You'll never find Lithrasir. I killed him.
You know, we should really visit Eustathius at some point.
You're right. I've been meaning to get to know him, and he did invite us. I'll send him a message. Maybe we can go next week.
That's very soon. Also, yes, I mean, Pesky and I have similar stupid brain chemicals. Sometimes they're just stupid.
Did you come up with any crazy new ideas while I was solving puzzles?
It's not a new idea. Alexander Drennan came up with it first, but... Dinosaur planet. Obviously, there were lots of dinosaur species over millions of years, but I'm certain we could put together a functional ecosystem that supports all the really cool ones. I mean, not now, but maybe in 1,000 or 2,000 years.
Can you invent a litter tray that disintegrates cat poo?
That's a brilliant idea. I can definitely do that.
This is
Just have to
Utopia.
make sure it only disintegrates the poo that's outside the cat.
All right, gotta go. Love you.
Love you too.
Easy. I like that her number is infinity. Well, it's not, it's alpha, but whatever. Prime, or whatever that symbol is. I think it's prime. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is actually a pretty safe, spoiler-free DLC, Princess. It does have relationship endings for some characters, but it's like... the path to get there is so unreasonably complicated, there's no way you would predict it. I think if I had seen this, I would have felt I was spoiled and then been like, oh no, JK. But yes, everyone talks, except you in the game. The only spoiler I got for you, that might be a real true blue one, and I'm sorry you're gonna get it, is that they gave your main silent OC a voice in the DLC, and I am angry about it. Why? Stupid. I hate it. Okay. That's red. We need to go to Blue Island. This is a art exhibit. That's fair, Lily. I need to go to Blue Island. So I am. Where am I? Where's the "You are here" button? Is that the "You are here" symbol? Did it fast travel me? Oh my god, it did. Oh, did I solve? Oh, oh, I only have a few left. This is how sick I'm feeling, is I don't even remind. I don't even remember doing. It's fine. You joking? Oh, this one. Oh. Oh, I'm at that stage where you can't, like, not do things anymore. Like, this is now your life stage. Oh, that sucks. These 4 puzzles. This is your life. Good luck. Hey, that's not what I wanted. Go back. You stay. Okay. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. So basically I have to make something go up there. That's the part I know. That's these guys. They look like switches. They look like I'll be hitting switches. Okay. Which means I probably want a box. Okay. So how do I get the box? I'll need to get the box in there anyway, so let's open that for sure. Will this keep this open for me? Yes. But I'm gonna... Alright. Get the box in there, think it through after. Box. Yeah, so for me, I have a bit of cold. Victor woke up sick, and I was listening to him work, and I just heard him coughing on end. And I was like, I'm gonna go sass him. And then I went to sass him, and within 30 minutes, I was coughing on end. And the world laughed and said, Karma, you son of a bitch. Can I do this? Can I do this? Will you let me do this? Yes! Okay. Like... that? What did that change? A thing! Okay. Where do I go from there? Oh, I see. Like that. Okay. So now, like that. Yeah. It does. Especially because I have a meeting with, like a job interviewish type meeting. And that lady, she does not stop talking. She's very high energy. So I'm really not looking forward to that today. It's not the kind of thing you can cancel. Well, actually, I guess it is, but it's also not, if that makes sense. Okay. What would you care for me to do with this guy? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, I see. That. One does that. This? Does that undo both? No. Oh, is it the switch? Is it the other switch? Oh. No, it's that. That? Or are you just gonna be a butthole? The end of line? The end of line. Ugh. Okay. Just run around, see if anything will work. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Just the lack of sleep kind of threw you off. It's been kind of weird, because, like, I had a really unstable day, and then Pesky's having kind of a sad day. So there's also some sort of energy going around. I definitely think that the world situation is not helping anybody. Oh my god. I am not feeling set up for success, I tell you what. Oh. Are you very food sensitive? I can get food sensitive if I don't eat well for a long time, but not. I have a lot of empathy and sympathy for people who are food sensitive very quickly. Aho! Like if I eat the wrong stuff for a few days, I mean I'm food sensitive digestively. It does sound like a lot of us are waking up stressed though. I don't think that's necessarily coincidence. I'm not like that hippy dippy, I'm very science oriented, but if the moon can affect the tides, most certainly it can you can have some sort of differentials in your day-to-day. Which sounds very hippy dippy, but it's true. So, and Princess is actually pretty close to us latitudinally, so is Pesky. They're both around the same latitude. Princess is close to us longitude-wise, too. No, she's not. She used to be. She's now East Coast. I don't know, y'all. We might have to go just chatting. I don't know if my brain can do puzzles. I don't know. I'm shutting down. Getting bad. Getting bad. Most people, I think, and that's not to belittle your problems at all, Princess. In fact, I think I'm saying this to validate them. I think there's a lot of people who have sensitivities, but because they're not severe enough or because they go against what is expected of humans to eat, doctors won't diagnose them or don't bother. Especially, I've noticed femme-identified individuals, femme-presenting individuals get a lot of, are you sure it's not just... we took the legs off it because it used to sit on my desk. Now it lives there. You can see Victor's legs. Victor! Pop your head around. No, pop your head around the light. There's Victor. Say hi. Okay. So, but I was saying, I think that there is a lot of active, you know, sort of femme silencing as far as medical disorders go. One, even fucking RFK of all people said there's not enough funding for women's health. He, of course, went on to say it's about pregnancy because that's the only thing that's ever wrong with us. But, you know, also, if he can say there's not enough funding for women's health, then we're in a bad state of affairs in America. This guy's got a parasite in his brain. It ate 1% of it. It's just living there. It died. Its corpse is living there. It's a home for a parasite corpse. It's all right. They're just worried that when they are 120 because they're hiding the secret to, plastic living, that no one will feed them, and it's true. I do not support abusing old people unless they abused you. No, I kid. But, if there's a congressman who's 120 who needs financial support in this group of congressmen, I'm not going to vote for that. Not not even slightly. But I think that does definitely, especially Lily, you're a person of color. So on top of it, if you're sick, you're not like in America, they actually won't even give people of color. So say I break my leg, they'll give me oxycodone and they will give Victor aspirin. My mom, I don't know if your mom pulled this, but my mom would be like, "We'll go to the doctor. It's Tuesday, right?" My mom will be like, "We'll go to the doctor if your stomach still hurts on Monday." Oh, of course it never hurt on Monday. The very few times it did, it didn't hurt almost for the same reason. Or I was almost dead. I once sprained my ankle so bad I couldn't walk on it, and I didn't get to the doctor for 5 days because of that nonsense. My mom was like, "Oh, you just tripped. You're fine." What is with that? Like, are you? I understand things cost money, but at the same time, are you just like not worried? Yeah, so the thing was my mom had similar treatment. So though my mom was more severe than your mom, my mom's mom was like, "Well, your brothers need money. So, why should I then help you because your brothers need money?" And uh I had an older sister, so I think my mom subconsciously was like, "Well, your sister needs money." Um Kind of the same, like you take what you were taught with you. Your mom was taught, "Oh, that's fine. Your stomach hurts when you eat certain things." Oh my god. But that's pretty normal. I wouldn't say normal, but I mean, it's like if you're overly worried, that's a pretty natural reaction, is what I meant to say. To be like either fight or flight, right? You're either going to fight the world and hyper protect, or you're going to fly. Just sounds like your parents flied. Flied? Blue? Blue. Isn't that funny? Like the worst symptoms you can have for things are almost always invisible. I've always found it funny how reliant we are on visible symbols. Like if I have cancer, the first 2 years of a long-term cancer, all you're going to see is me getting skinnier. I went the opposite way. My family always told me to shut up and calm down, and so I got louder. But it's also why I speak really strongly. Like I'll say, "Oh, I hate that. Oh, that's fucking stupid," and I don't even like feel it because they would say I was overreacting if I was normal. So, or like ignore it. So I would get really loud and be like, "I broke my leg. Don't you care?" which I actually have only broken toes. I've never broken a bone larger than that. That's how my sister was. My sister would get attention for anything and everything. She got like guitar lessons because she wanted to play guitar, etc. And I would only get attention if I like fucked up. Eventually, by the time I was 14, I got tired of fucking up, so I just didn't. But for a while, I would just throw fits because it was the only way for someone to talk to me. Um, so I can completely understand your feelings in a roundabout way, right? Because like even if it was a negative occurrence, it just was like, oh, people love me for once. That's cool. You gonna take me to the doctor? I should change this to just chatting. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are genetic components for sure, which is also interesting. Is your system genetic or are you trauma originated? Mm. Mm. I mean, porque no los dos, right? Maybe you were genetic and it's just worse, which is a weird word to say. Uh, Talking to my family, you'd think. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of, but that's what I've picked up is that specifically plural, not the artist formerly known as DID and now with distinctions. I think if you're specifically plural, it seemed to me, at least from people I've talked to, that that's far more inevitable and that events don't necessarily have to transpire in a way that we non plural would see as necessary. I'm like artistically off camera. There we go. Not that much of an artist. The purple hair is just to blend the gray with the brown, I swear. Uh, that's essentially what they said about my epilepsy, though it is traumagenic. They were like, you were gonna have epilepsy, but maybe you would have never had a severe seizure. Yours is mild, very mild. Yeah, Um, like fucking maybe it's allergies. Maybe I'm not sick. Maybe allergies. No, my window's not open though. Maybe I'm allergic to Victor. Victor, come here. No, I'm not allergic to Victor. He just said fuck off. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they come from something protecting you maladaptively. So in my case, having a seizure prevented an attack. So it's a maladaptive thing. But no, I am not allergic to Victor. Unfortunately, that would have been an easy solution. I would have just been like, Victor, go the fuck away. And he would have been like, yeah, Victor, move out. I'm allergic to you. We're done. We can't be friends anymore. No more roommates. Get the fuck out of here. That's Victor, by the way, Nesquik. That's our TV. He doesn't sleep well if he's got games in his room. So yeah, and I mean, we in general just watch like it's always been this way. When there were consoles or whatever, somebody would watch somebody playing video games. Uh, but Victor would always play the most. So actually, the most tension that typically happens is me saying, "Why do you have to play video games while I'm streaming? Couldn't you just like watch me?" So he watches me without being distracted 2 days a week as a deal. But when I'm not streaming, he'll just be playing video games, and I'm like, Victor, I network now. Unless you're streaming, I don't always want to watch you play games. So maybe you should just stream, and then I'll watch you play games. And he says no. I don't have the personality and patience for that. Which is weird because I'm not a patient person by any capacity. I am, in fact, the opposite. I am lazy and impatient. Yeah, I'm gonna have to meet with Marilyn tomorrow. I can't do it. I'm not gonna be able to cognitively process her information. I do enjoy the people streams I watch, but I'm a very corporatized mentality about most things because of my publishing degree. It will ruin your life. Don't get a publishing degree unless you want to hate yourself. Um, so I, knowing that, think of everything in like what I have to do or what I'm going to do for myself to be successful in something. Publishing is nothing but fancy marketing, design, fancy marketing, communications. In the course of taking a publishing master's, you have to take a small entrepreneurial course, a small marketing course, interior design, digital design, and they basically tell you you're going to fail at life if you don't know how to network. It's like an MBA plus in senses. So now I can't see a TV ad without knowing how they're trying to manipulate me. I can't do anything that might require any sort of marketing or self promotion without thinking of any connections I make as networking and following networking protocols. I have documentations for everything I do, whether it's a hobby or not. When I analyze games, I'll be talking with people and they'll be bringing up these like really cool, cogent, like theoretical thesis points. And I will land on how they utilize the product 7 out of 10 times. Yeah, the curtain has been pulled. It's good because once enough people know I can do this, I can probably monetize just helping people stream better. Yeah, the results of me being affiliate in 7 months. No, less than that. Less than that. Less than 6 months. Speak for themselves. Um, but it sucks because just sometimes you sound real cold real fast. you know, I'll be talking about a game and I'll be like, "Oh, they deliberately did that to make us buy it. Interesting." And then like someone's whose game that's their favorite will be like, "What are you talking about?" Like once Dama was mildly scolding me about saying something was bad for sales, and I don't think Dama understood that I was speaking from a completely non-personal standpoint, but it was because that's just what they teach you to think like. Yeah, what sucks is when you're not super successful and you have them, if that makes sense. Because then because you know why. Like in the dark of night, you could be like, I know why the market isn't favoring me right now, and then want to die inside. It can also discourage you from pursuing certain things because yeah, you're able to like know high risk decision making a lot easier once you've studied business or something like that. So like getting a book published is impossible unless you're fucking somebody or somebody's your brother. And so it'll discourage you from writing the book. Yes. Often I get told that I'm being pessimistic or something akin to that. And then 2 years later nobody remembers it but me. And I say, see? The most obvious example was with the Avengers universe, and I said, "Oh, they're doing Civil War." 10 years before they announced Civil War. Before they announced it, not before they did it. And I said they're doing Civil War because of all these movies in particular. And the next movie is going to be Ultron. And they announced that it was Ultron a year later. And that was the most silly but obvious example I was able to give. It's weird. It's weird because we latch onto it, but I don't know if it's normal for us to latch onto it, but in a way, I think it's our age, Lily, because we're both 40, 42, right? At our age time, as we were growing up, technology was like barreling forward. And people like us were ignored. So we had time to watch it happen where other people were busy living life maybe normally, at least healthily. And now we're older, and by virtue of experience, we were taught that if you have experience, you'll be listened to. But there's nothing but boomers and naysayers in the spots we were supposed to have. So we're still ignored. And I think that is a particular trait of folks in our age group. I know. Oh my God. And I was like forced to take student loans. I was told if you don't go to college, you're wasting your brain. Like 2 years later, they said don't take student loans. So I was like in this weird cohort because like even my school, it started we're doing all these cool things for the year after me. Like it started offering full on foreign language in middle school. You know, but every time I was out of a grade, it was the year after me that got the thing. My college became a university. My first degree became a university 2 years after I graduated. So my degree says state college, but it's a university. Right? Oh, if you. I didn't really. I was never promised power for doing the right things, but I definitely was promised I could have a basic life. I would do more than bartend, right? I would pay rent easily. And I feel like, yeah, that's true. I feel like for me, that illusion was broken quickly. Like, I got my first degree and immediately graduated into a recession, into the Great Recession. And then I got my master's and graduated into the industry collapse of 2013 through 2015. And then I got my botany degree and graduated into Trump's economic collapse. So, but when I was 25, I really felt like I was told, you're not going to get that future. So you better find something else and quick. Just like, you told me to do this. You told me to do this. um, and now when I talk about streaming to people my age, they tell me I'm wasting my life. Oh, they definitely forget. Yeah. They tell me I'm wasting my life. That I should have gotten married and I should have spent more time on that. I've been told that I am maladaptive personality wise and that's why I don't have a career. That I shouldn't have gone back to school. My usual response is just, what do you want me to do? I can't get a job. Like, I've always wanted to perform. That's something I've always wanted to do, and everyone told me it was unsustainable, so I never did it. And then they told me I wasn't pretty enough, so I didn't do it. And then they told me I had to pay my rent or die, so I didn't do it. So eventually I just did it. But what do you want me to do? You don't want me to do anything alternative, but you don't want to give me a job. I actually think you should. The amount of video editing and skills you have to be a streamer and marketing. The moment I hit 500 followers, which will happen if you just keep going eventually. Um, well, I mean, that was back in the day when I thought their assessment was right, because of course, who else can judge yourself but you? Right? Like now it's like, yeah, of course, I'm the one who determines that. But back then, uh, I just was bullied nonstop. Um, yeah, I think at this point, it can only help you because they're soft skills and hard skills nonetheless. Being able to use video editing software is one of the few skills that's always in demand from people. AI cannot edit current video that well. And when it can, it's very expensive. Yeah. I was always just bad at it. So like cuz I speak in third person, like it's just one of the ticks I have. So I noticed that I kept saying Jesse all the time instead of Hildy, and eventually I was just like, I give up. Guys, this is my real name. Still call me Hildy or cut you. um I think if I had a job, I'd care more. Also, there's another human being with my exact name. So my last name's really unique too. So I could always pass it off. Ah, that's silly. That's silly, but I see. Yeah, it's silly. I mean, but we do when we're hurt and sad, we do all sorts of things, right? I think that you should slowly. You do have real value though. That's the thing. Um, so some basic statistics for you. Less than 50% of Twitch is affiliate. Active streamers. Less than 25% have more than 4 viewers on average. Yeah. It might have gone up to 60% recently, but it was like 48 for a while. Because they made monetization easier last year, so this is a 2-year-old statistic. So I'm estimating it went up by maybe 10%, but it's still there's still a significant amount of Twitch that is not affiliate. Um, and viewership numbers, having more than 4 viewers is a milestone for being significant. Yes. That's the one thing that I can provide for you. Is I can tell you that it is basically every fifth, so it goes 50, 100, 500, and 1,000. You basically jump into 10th percentiles of Twitch. So at 25, you're in the 50th percentile. At 50, you're in the 40th percentile. At 100, you're in the 30th percentile. At 500, you're in the 20th percent. 1,000, you're at the 10th percentile. And once you're at 5,000 or higher, you're 5% or less of Twitch. Yes. And average viewership matters here too, so it has to be those followers plus, I forget the brackets I was reading about. I think it's like 10 when you're at 1,000. When you're at 500, it's something like 6 or 7. And by viewers, I generally mean chatters, I think, is what they were using it as. But basically, um, orbs. Frankly, Wikipedia is a great source for things as long as you check what they post. So there were a lot of marketing studies posted in the Twitch wiki. Um, streamers' websites, they'll do analysis of there's a lot of data like 528, 548, too sick to remember which one. But they do a lot of statisticians just get into this. Yeah, and Reddit. The Twitch Reddit is very helpful for these. Uh, but I also read stats, articles, stats magazines, uh, research papers for entertainment, like college level entertainment journals. In botany, we once did a study on botanical streamers and botanical YouTubes. That was one of our discussion posts because I was a TA and I could make it one. So I did. My graduate paper for publishing was studying image comics and indie comics in general. So I guess it's just kind of like an area that I naturally find and absorb knowledge in is indie communications or indie artists. But here, my let me see what I can grab for you on the fly. Okay. 35 million people on Twitch. Affiliates, 2,742,000. And these are people who produce streams specifically. This is from Twitch themselves. It's from Twitch Tracker, actually. So viewers times streamers here. Actually, we're looking at like 92,000 streams, so 92,000 streams a month per channel. Totals by month. Average concurrent viewers, 2 million. Average concurrent channels, 92,000. Average amount of affiliates. Channels, here we go. Around 55% of all active streamers on Twitch are affiliates. 5% are partners. So that's still 45% of 2 million streamers that you are doing better than. Most people tend to compare partners and affiliates than affiliates and non-affiliates, because when you start comparing affiliates and non-affiliates, you start comparing to viewers as well. Um, So, including partners with their ludicrous number breaking um, amounts, the average is 20. When you remove them, 98% have a 0 to 5 average viewers. 94% of all Twitch streamers who went live. 98% have 0 to 10. So anytime you have more than 10 viewers, you are surpassing 98% of Twitch. Yeah. Feel better, don't you? Well, that's the plan. So, I'm looking for a job and employment's ending. So my variety daytime streams are going to have to stop, which means I have to really solidify my programming. Um, I mean, I've been looking for a job and I might not find one, but I'm trying real hard. So um, the idea is that I'm going to start streaming my entire library from A to Z, and then once a week do a botany stream, and once a week do a marketing stream. Once every 2 weeks, I think, for each one, like a weekly special. I tried to and have a plan for sort of discussion thing, but when you're as small as I am, hurting streamers is like hurting cats. So eventually. Point is though, you should feel really good and should not be too concerned. Um, you are fairly successful. I love when people talk about their expertise. I've really enjoyed watching game devs. I'd love to watch you work on coding or things like that. Yeah. No, I mean, it's important that people understand that if they stick, Twitch is really just a matter of time. It's a numbers game. If you stick with it and you have the modicum of charisma, you'll make it. But it's not just that. What I want to say is there's people who've been here 5 years who have less than 25 followers. That's why they're removing the affiliate requirements, or like allowing everyone to monetize, because people aren't streaming because they're getting discouraged. What they really have to do is lower the partner standards, but they're not going to do that because they don't make enough money. If 5% out of all streamers are partners, it's too low because they still have ambassadors one rank higher. So that means you're looking at, capitalist portions here. Yes. That's one thing I've also noticed is that I'm tiring myself out. But I don't like starting a game and not finishing it on stream. So part of why I'm playing so many right now and streaming so often is to get through some games and get them done. But I do find that I'm very tired. But I think Princess, what matters most for you is that you continue to be confident. You're a naturally charismatic person when you're confident. As long as you arrive at stream feeling good about who you are, you're going to be fine. One of the things you have going for you, which I also think people with mental illness don't always think this way, one of the things you have going for you is that you're plural. That's interesting. You have something different. You're queer. These are things that people want to know about. And as exploitative as that is, that's what I mean by people tell me I'm cold marketing wise. You gotta use what you got. Yes. But Lily, on top of it, you're just an interesting person. You're the only person I've met in the system, so I'm not going to sit here and say I know everyone in there is interesting because I don't know them. But Lily, knowing you, you're also just interesting. You're very blunt. You're a little violent. Um, you're really deliberate. So just being yourself is enough. You're not a saltine as far as personality is concerned. It's a very boring cracker. um, it's like biscuit, flour, water, and a little salt. You eat them when you're sick. But yeah, you're not. Yes, yes. At the common, Canada Dry ginger ale kind of saltine combo. Yeah. In conclusion, whenever you need random marketing facts to regain your confidence, please send me a message. I will gladly tell you of them. But that's also partially why I wrote that proposal a little while back, is because I understand marketing enough to know how to strengthen things. Hmm. You'd be surprised, though, how dysregulation is charming. Being vulnerable is just as charming. Why should you? You're weird, right? Like it's inherently part of you. It's not like you're creating it. So you should never mind using it. You should never mind being yourself, right? I think that's for me my personal opinion of certain attitudes towards self-exploitation are a little more liberal because I tend to view it as I just spend my life with these tits getting me treated poorly, so I'm gonna use them. See, that's something that I had to get over accidentally. So I wrote a lot of short fiction and narrative nonfiction when I was younger, and it got published, and all of a sudden people were walking up to me telling me, your story really inspired me. And I went, oh shit, I didn't want everybody I knew in my life to know I committed suicide. I tried to commit suicide at 25, and now they know. So, at some point I was like, well, now they know. So it's out there. I might as well just commit. uh, and now that's become the game. Right! You earned so many points being weird. It's so much effort to have any sort of disability at all. And I only use disability here as in not the mainstream expectation of ability. That's a lot of effort. You gotta find some way to make it work for you. I tell this to Victor all the time. I'm like, why are you not letting black work for you? Fuck yeah, it does. Make your tits look however you want. Do it. um, I have my interview in like 30 minutes. It's not really an interview as it's a process of going over. It's a freelance job. It won't be that much money. Yeah. Are you testing out a real tattoo? If you're considering a tattoo, my best advice is to get something really little. As like something non-meaningful in a spot that doesn't really matter. That's really little. Because it'll break it. It'll break the ice. You'll get over it. Oh, I love that. That's sexy as hell. No, really. I think I have to go, which is a bummer because I honestly, Princess, you're like one of my favorite people to chat with. So, um, if my health holds out, I'm gonna be streaming Witness tonight. Ah, don't be. Um, if it doesn't, I'm still gonna message you tomorrow because I like talking to you. So, um, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you for a significant a significant amount of people sticking around to just listen to me and Princess banter. That was nice. Um, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the beach with Ferris and Miles, so like just chatting on Discord and stuff is like I'm just gonna be in the sun. It hurts so bad in there. You're gonna put it in your armpit. It hurts so bad. Be careful. um, it's gonna go fine. Marilyn is a great person. Marilyn I really like. I'm gonna hate all the parts you're supposed to like about working. I'm gonna hate doing, and all the parts you hate about working. I'm gonna like doing. Like she's gonna pay me correctly. She's gonna pay me on time. She's gonna give me the things I need right away. She's gonna follow deadlines. She's gonna be annoying. She's gonna be picky. She's gonna talk a lot. In a lot of ways, that's the perfect client to me. I would rather enjoy you as a person, not as a coworker, and have you be professional than the other way around. Um, okay, she does, and that's really like it's fine. You know, she lost her house in the Palisades. She's taking care of her mom. It's fine. I am a really good person for that. People talk with me and they think I should talk to them, right? So I'm happy to do that. You meet a lot of interesting people that way, and yeah, I will. You too. And I will definitely chat you up tomorrow. Um, Thank you everyone for coming. Ideally, I will be doing more puzzles tonight, but if I'm not, you know why. Bye bye.